Okay, this is my audience. It's kind of hard to see. Okay, there's only two people for this one, so if you have to take points off, go for it. Alright, here we go. Why am I taking this class? It may seem like an odd question to ask, but let's talk about it. My logic is as follows. In taking this class, I will gain credit mandatory for my 4-year plan to graduate Iowa State with a bachelor's in civil engineering. This degree will help me gain a stable job, a somewhat fulfilling place in society, and an adequate pay. However, the job put on a larger pedestal, the job with real big money, and the job with millions of kids strive for doesn't exactly follow these values. That profession is athletics, but more specifically the NBA. In today's speech, I will talk about how NBA athletics are overpaid, and this fact needs to be changed before it leads to a negative values on American society. To discover how their pay is bad for society, we must first discover their pay, why it is too much, and find out why it's bad and how it can be changed. Okay. To know whether or not basketball players are overpaid, we must know how much they are paid. The NBA, above all else, is an entertainment industry. Selling tickets to people get away from everyday life or get ratings on TV broadcasting are the key sources of income. This income is massive. According to Forbes magazine, the defending champs Golden State Warriors are worth $2.6 billion alone. That's just one team. We can expand this thought to the entire NBA. With the average, according to basketballreference.com, the average player's salary is $6.3 million. In fact, just this year, Houston Rockets point guard James Harden signed a 4-year, $228 million deal, according to the Bleacher Report. For an industry with no real workforce, these salaries are staggering. Now that we know the money in the NBA, we can stack it up against other occupations. The average salary of a school teacher, K through 12 for example, is around $45,000 to $50,000 a year. Teachers are pillars of our society, shaping the youth from generation to generation. Members of our military average a salary of around $52,000 if you're a sergeant, which you don't start out as a sergeant, you start as a private. This occupation is dangerous and is extremely important to protecting our country. NBA players with a salary of $6.3 million, as I mentioned before, are entertainers from an industry strictly from an objective standpoint, non-essential to America's growth and stability. Why then are these entertainers being paid over 120 times as much the most fundamentally important occupations? There is no justifiable answer to this question. These athletes are overpaid and they are making way too much. Now that we know basketball players are overpriced and overpaid, we can see how this is a negative for American social values. For one, kids are idolizing these NBA players with jobs that are arbitrary as the Kardashians. They're just entertaining people. They learn nothing constructive from NBA players besides work ethic, maybe. And ingenuity of professions like science and engineering are being overshadowed. Not a lot of kids are paying attention to this because they're not being put on screens or anything like that. In addition, these children are being taken advantage of by players. NFL player Michael Bennett commented on NBA's Steph Curry's $2,000 admission to his basketball camp last year. It was $2,000 for one kid to enter. He said, "How much money do you need before you start giving back for free?" Not only does this quote criticize the players of the NBA, but it also shows how these kids are looking up to these type of individuals and what type of kids they're growing up to be as adults. And that's not very good. In conclusion, lots of money is being made in the NBA. In the time that I've taken to tell this speech, James Harden, the guy I mentioned earlier, made between $400 and $500. I guarantee he and many other basketball players who are making around this type of money don't know the arbitrariness of their job and their occupation, and they're not doing much to celebrate the kids and they should. One thing that we can do to help this cause is just create awareness and try to get more NBA players to donate, more teams to donate, maybe do fundraisers or charities. They just need to be putting more money into research and stuff that matters rather than just the entertainment industry, because that's essentially what it is. Thank you. That's it.